welcome back to another episode of Platonically Speaking at Platonically Speaking KY on Instagram, Platonically Speaking on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. Oh shit, we can see stuff like that. It's your girl Kayla. Welcome. We have Rashad here.
Hello, it's me again.
Guys, by the end of this fucking season, we're gonna get that fixed.
Is that not a good intro?
I don't know yet. We got Leonce and her fiance.
So we said, hey, I like that.
Spicing up the place today.
I like that.
No, but you see why I couldn't be a DJ? Because that's what I would say when I go up on stage. Hello, it's me again. That's how I would start. That's literally how I would start it.
You know how you would silence a party with that?
Yeah, everybody would be like,
fucking
chirp,
crickets.
chirp, 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 crickets.
Get off the blood clot stage.
Who is this fool?
I cannot. Anyhow, welcome back, Lee. We missed you on the last one.
Sorry, couldn't make it.
Okay, and your boo is here today. As we got a nice full house. We got some help for Rashad, poor thing, because I know he probably be feeling a bit outnumbered sometimes, dealing with me
all the time.
Me and Leanna, and we are very strong. You know, we're not a little quiet, submissive girls. We is strong. We're strong.
Yes. Strong gal. Strong body gal.
We're dragon in our back.
Oh shit.
Love that.
The right tattoos or no?
You know what? We can let that go. I'm trying to think I don't even know how to say what way direction we are going today. It's just gonna be a cool, smooth ride of topics.
Yeah.
Anything we still want everyone to engage with us or follow our page, send us questions, send us anonymous shit.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it will be confidential. The cool thing about this whole show is that we're kind of talking about stuff that we've gone through, maybe people we know, people we don't know, people we used to be friends with. It doesn't have to just be your boo or whatever. So send us your shit. It's hilarious sometimes to hear what people come to us with, and then we kind of think fuck, this island small, bad man.
Bad.
We can do I don't know if I want to follow the Jamaica Gleaner on Instagram.
Yeah,
we can have a dare pasta.
Dare Dream. Dare Dream official.
Yeah, they have
Dare
some crazy
Platonically
stuff.
Speaking.
Yeah, they got some crazy stuff that comes in. So that
Dear Rashad, hide my ID.
Yeah. We could fuck with that. That lady Miss Kitty or whatever. The lady from Jamaica as well. Her show be full of some crazy ass stories. I just be sometimes I wonder if she makes it up, but
so
I don't know.
I have a quick question for Kayla. Have you watched Tinder Swindler yet?
No.
You haven't?
No, Rashad has told me almost more than a week ago that I need to watch it. Both times I've just been really tired, and it's a hard thing for me. I need to watch it because we need to talk about it at some point.
Yeah.
But when mentally I'm not trying to watch something or it's just gonna play. I'm not gonna actually pay attention, and I kind of need to. I don't know.
After the first 10 minutes, you're going to watch
be watching it.
Because it happened to me, the first 10 minutes, I was kind of bored with the woman speaking. And then when she started to cry, I was like, oh, fuck.
Not the tears got you.
I was like, this it. No, he did something serious.
Seriously, they just switched it to her, and she was literally just bawling.
No, he's a legend. He's a legend. Serious. He's serious.
I can't see how
and then we're looking at we watching the TV, right? And then they said whatever, and we looking at each other what?
Bruh,
how?
This man did, I think, 18 months?
Yeah, but Kayla don't watch it yet, so you can't divulge nothing.
I'm gonna watch it, guys. I promise.
Yes.
I promise. I will make it a priority to watch it this week.
Okay, perfect. I'll hold you to that.
Watch it tonight.
No, Rashad, I have things
she
to
can't
do.
watch it tonight.
Yeah, and she coming to Signature Saturday, so.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, and then I got to go Signature Saturdays because guess what? We got nostalgia coming up.
Yes,
and I need to be ready for that. And I've been in a minute.
Shit, never mind.
I've been in a minute. When I think about it, the last time was my birthday, which all y'all saw the condition I was in for that.
So she had to get a couple months in of recovery.
I needed a break. I did. But Leanna, take us into what we opening with today? Something about sperm and cupcakes and
okay.
teachers.
So I passed across this on Instagram, and at first I was like, I just kept scrolling. But then I went back because it kept popping up, and I was like, let me read what this is about. So the headline says, Louisiana teacher Cynthia Perkins admitted to feeding her students, so she's a teacher, and she made cupcakes for her class that contaminated her police officer husband's semen. But it gets worse. But wait, there's more. So apparently, she and her husband were arrested in 2019 for charges of child pornography. They created like some video or some type of whatever. And then there was a charge of first-degree rape among those charges. So how is it that she went back to being a teacher and feeding children cupcakes with her police officer's husband's sperm in it?
What?
So I just try to understand.
It is. Did you change her name or something? Because she must have gone through the system.
I don't know. Maybe, you know, sometimes crimes take long to get solved. And they don't put people, you know, they don't hold them accountable until they're charged for guilty until whatever, proven, innocent until proven guilty.
With Uncle Samas?
I don't know. But
There's so many things wrong
it's
with
the
that.
comments for me. Because somebody said not the kids eating the kids.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry, but like that's funny. Like, but this is not funny. But that is funny. Like, how could you help but not to laugh? Not the kids eating the kids. Like, I just picturing somebody saying that.
No, I couldn't be a parent.
But as a parent, right?
Well, I couldn't be a parent in
jail.
that. Yeah, man.
I go into jail.
Fighting.
I go into jail, brother. And I mean, I'm the first one. Like, I'm volunteering to go to jail. Like, hey, this is me.
I bailing them out, and as soon as they step out, swing it.
I going back in.
Yeah, right back in, right back in. And I believe it.
Just take one lunch break.
I believe it.
Deal with that. Let's dissect that a bit, right? Because we can talk about the fact that less than 2 years, they were charged with child pornography, which is quite serious of an offense. So yeah, we can talk about the fact that they possibly were not put through entirely in the system, or maybe they're not on probation, maybe they haven't served their time, maybe they're still going through the court process of that. But for me, I feel like people in the US of A are like flagged so quickly when it comes to children and anything that involves kids in any kind of indecent case. So I'm just like, what did the school do? Like, how is she in a direct environment with kids? Like, how are you in a position to teach kids? So the school and that whole school system is failing those children.
Right.
Then you have a police officer husband. So that's sick in itself because he still has a job as a police officer.
But like, they're not clear about
They're not giving enough
if this
detail.
happened in 2019 and she's just admitting to it now, which still doesn't make any sense based on the headline, right? But it says that after she was arrested in 2019, she divorced her husband and then said that he manipulated her into committing or assisting his sex crimes, because apparently he was the one that was sexually assaulting a minor, filming a minor, bathing and lacing cupcakes. Anyway, either way, as parents, can you your child's teacher, the person you send them to, that you trust them to when you send them to school to give them an education, is feeding them cupcakes.
Let's ask Kayla. She has a kid that's in school right
Listen
now.
to me.
I mean,
Like Anna said, everybody will be in fucking jail.
everybody.
Quick. The jail or Georgetown Hospital?
Actually, I choose jail.
Honestly. No, as in,
they
going Georgetown. They going Georgetown Hospital.
yeah.
But I gonna go Fairbanks. So just send me some top up money or whatever. Actually, I got a phone bill. Just like, I'll transfer you the money.
Yeah.
Like, I can't ever process the fact. And then what I'm wondering, like, there's not enough context for us to really build too much like feedback on this. But how did they even find out that sperm is in the cupcakes? You know, like who?
How did that come about? Like,
Oh my God, we're gonna have to follow that.
I
Liana,
need
please,
to.
please follow that, because we
I'm
need to
making
kind
a
of
note.
figure out more, like, who figured out that there was sperm in these cupcakes. Because if you feed my child like Like seriously, my baby eating another baby.
That
Shit is sick as fuck.
So now,
how do you figure that out?
How I look at it. So now I have certain rules for when I
don't eat from
when
the
I
teachers?
get married or when I have kids.
Right.
Obviously, don't accept food from teachers, and then the wine and sip is completely done. Wine and sip completely done. So yeah, I'm learning as I go along.
That's true. Take notes. Listen, speaking of being a parent, today has been a day for me, guys. It is. Let's put it this way. We haven't even reached lunchtime, and my child has worked every nerve in my body today.
I feel like I walked into like...
Yeah, man, I was scared for him. I was sitting down just quiet.
I walked in here today, and I was...
I love how he played it off, right? Like, so to give a little background, like today is just one of those days where listening to me just wasn't his thing to do, right? And before we went to bed last night, like I reminded him, I have gym in the morning, going to do the podcast. He's coming with me. He's going to do his homework, all these things. Again, guys, if you're a parent and if you're a person, you're a single parent, co-parent, whatever the case may be, your kids are, especially when you get to a certain age, you can take them with you certain places, set them up. But I always try to make sure that he's in a space where he doesn't feel overly pressured or I'm rushing him or crunch for time. I like to feel under the pressure, but I don't like him to feel that because I can adjust, I don't want him he's the priority.
Right.
So I try to really keep things afloat. Wake up this morning, I go upstairs. Nothing that I had asked him to do last night.
He just gave me some puppy dog eyes. He can hear us so well.
No man, he got stuck in Trinity.
He just looked over here like this.
I'm jealous, but nothing that I asked him to do last night that he said. Well, put it this way: 75% of it was not done. 25% was because he cleaned his bathroom and all that. Cause I was like, Dad, you don't have to do that in the morning. You'll just do your homework, you're reading, blah, blah, blah. I get upstairs. It is like a fucking hurricane in the room. And I'm just like, we went over this. And the worst thing in the morning is anybody arguing with you or anybody waking up and fucking irritating you. Like that's a big pet peeve of mine. Yeah. Just as an adult. And even as a child, you get in the eyes, you be wrong with him first thing in the morning. And true, give the man time.
First of all,
listen.
Give the man
First
time.
of all,
I wake up in the mornings.
First of all,
I get up at 6:20 sometimes and get to.
You don't know wake up at 6:20.
The usual
Good night.
stuff of what us men do in the morning. We ride the bike. You know what I mean? So we ride the bike and stuff, and then we scroll through Instagram. For me, it's always sports news I'm catching up on.
Phone on
whatever,
full volume.
On full volume and whatever. Here comes Leanna. You know what I mean?
Shut the fuck up.
Here comes Leanna say, "Oh, so babe," I'm like, "Yo."
I'm not there yet.
I'm like, yo, give me 5 minutes, the man. Legitly 5 minutes after comes back. Oh,
but your phone is on full volume, which means you're ready to communicate.
No.
Why is your phone on full volume?
They drowning us out,
Turn
Leanna.
it down.
Baby, you want breakfast?
Bruh.
That's an important question.
No, man.
Don't feed him. That way here. Don't feed him.
You know how bad it is in the morning to try to put in AirPods? I don't want to put AirPods in first thing as I wake up.
Them AirPods gonna get run over if you put them in your ear.
Like, it's a lot to do with. I mean, me getting ready, baby, you know where your pants is? I'm like, what? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Drives out, phone ring. I'm like, yo, can I call you back still? Because I'm bouncing to my music, going to work. And stuff, you know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, don't interrupt that music time. But yeah, so I woke him up. I did give him like a few minutes to like get out, use the bathroom, all this stuff. But I was just so irritated because I was like, I had to take a moment. Like, I just wanted to just shake him a little bit because I was like, brother, we were just talking about this last night. I thought we were in a good space. So he was irritated. I was irritated. We both irritated, but we allow each other to just be irritated, right? I allow him to be upset. But he decided he won't be upset with me. And I'm like, no, you be upset with yourself. So that's what Rashad had. Because I reminded him in here, like, yo, this is what we're here to do. This is what you're doing. I sorting out your breakfast that you didn't get a chance to eat because you had to spend the time doing the other stuff that you didn't do last night that you said you did. Lying. Can't fucking stand it. So it would just literally just worked every nerve. So poor Rashad would just there looking at me like, oh, Jesus. And then when you walk in, he was like, hi, good morning.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
This fucking
and then
scammer.
this fool behind me, but
Yeah, man, he was close, man. He was close to picking one up, man. I was just like,
he about
Is he
Boy.
Gemini?
me.
No, he's a Sagittarius like me.
Okay.
He's a Sagittarius
Oh,
like
no
me.
way. And I
I
can't
thought
get
he had
along,
multiple
maybe.
personalities, you know what I mean? Because
No,
us Geminis do.
It's he.
Rose
I just think it's
oh
it's
shoot,
age.
Fernando a Gemini.
Yeah,
I was gonna say something about
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
he on the end of the
average.
calendar.
He's
I'm
a
not the
different.
average.
Yeah, he's a
Gemini,
different-
you know
My
what I mean?
brother's a Gemini too, and he's definitely like a good person.
Yeah, so he really.
Shout out
he
to all my
really
Geminis
worked-
one time. Boom.
Good night.
Bye. He really just worked my nerve today, and it was too funny when Leanna walked in, and he was just like, he turned that shit off so quick, and he was just like, "Hi, good morning." I was
He had
just like,
needed to be an
"You fucking
Aquarius at that point.
bitch." Scam Leanna right out.
Yeah.
So I have a question since the astrology came up. Is that like, because I know some people swear by that. Like,
Yeah.
is that a deal breaker, I guess, for you guys? Like, if somebody's a certain sign, would you not even venture that route? Or-
Well, no, I'm going marry this man. He's a Gemini.
And you know she don't like if
I
you
don't like-
if you paid attention in the
Geminis,
first
guys.
season, Leanna not fan of Geminis. But she did mention that Fernando is just different, so she really.
I don't like Capricorns.
Yeah, he keeps
real?
saying no, but you love you love a Capricorn.
I hate fucking Capricorns.
You love Kim. you love Kim.
Keep my G still in the
I
show.
don't-
Baby,
I don't
put you.
have-
Who hurt you?
Why from past experience, like yo, them fucking Capricorns, one brother, them
Not
deadly doggy,
Capricorn.
deadly. So I don't like Capricorns. Sorry.
Poor
Oh, so that's a-
Capricorn.
Oh, so
I've
if
had-
so, you wouldn't date a Capricorn. Let's say you and
Never.
Leanna wasn't together. You wouldn't date.
Uh,
So if you taught somebody for like 2 months plus 3 months,
And
and
you
then
find
you
out.
find out they're a Capricorn, what are you doing?
You know, hear what, I'm like, yo, here we're going, baby girl. See? So you say, based on my past experience, I'm not judging you. And I mean, I'm not, trying to, put my load on you still, but I've had really bad experiences with, Capricorns and stuff.
Right.
So here to be, it's going to be a touch on Lego type of vibe. You know what I mean? If it's getting serious, that's like, you know what I mean? Cut it right there. No, brother.
Not too trusting of that.
Yo, fuck them Capricorns.
So Kayla, is that a deal breaker for you?
Astrology signs, no. Maybe if I was like 100% into that entire life of astrology and where it takes people and how they feel about it and compatibility and all that kind of stuff. But I genuinely feel that even me as a Sagittarius woman, I do have some of the personality traits of them, but I don't have every single thing because we're all different.
Yeah.
So like you'll have a general baseline, right? But so like him mentioning Capricorns, I haven't necessarily had the best dealings with Capricorn males, or like there was a particular guy that I was involved with, but me and him are still cool as fuck, but I would not date him.
Right.
Virgo men, that's a touch and go. Aries, side chick.
Virgos in
Side-
general.
It sounds like you definitely into. I don't even know. I don't even know these signs.
Yeah.
Like no, I don't know the
If
dates.
Fernando was a Leo, I would just slip my wrist.
No, like so I don't know the dates. I only know mine, and I don't really like to say mine.
Yeah, because yours definitely got a bad rep.
Yeah.
So anybody could
we
actually
the
fucking
best.
guess that shit.
But we the best.
Whatever.
A Scorpion. A Scorpion.
Scorpio.
Well, based on stuff of what I've read.
Tomatoes,
I've heard,
tomatoes. I'm throwing tomatoes.
I've heard, stories along the lines of, Scorpios, that they are quite controlling.
Yeah.
They're quite manipulative as well.
Yep.
And, things has to always go their way.
Scorpios are manipulating. Don't shake your head
That's
over
what I've
there.
heard.
Don't shake
No,
your head over
I
there.
was
I've heard
shaking my
that.
head when he said controlling.
Oh, okay.
Not me. Like you want to do something, go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah, bro.
Do your thing.
It is
Go jump over
the
quick,
the sign of astrology that
Sign of love.
no.
That's all it is.
That no, the
Oh.
from a male perspective, it's the best sign sexually, is what they say.
I thought it was a sign of love.
But who knows?
Really?
The
So
only
anyway,
sign,
no.
the only sign that I dislike, and I didn't know about it until after, is because I met people like that, and then when I figured out,
Multiple times.
yeah, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, it was
these people-
Capricorn, sorry.
No, man.
Capricorn. Yeah, man, I know one. Capricorns.
The Geminis. No, I did yours. So that's why I'm
Highlight.
just like,
Bro,
but I try not. I
But
definitely
as
don't
Gemini
judge.
women.
No, it was actually there. It was a friendship one, and then there was one that I was dealing with. So yeah, I had, so yeah, You know, so
I
but
would like
I try
one
not to judge
Gemini
people
woman.
off their
I
So
think.
from a Gemini, you know, we're quite unpredictable. We're
No
very
shit.
Moody. Very, very
No
moody.
shit.
You know, very, very moody. You know, we have a load of personalities. You know, we can, you know, fit into any situation. And we tend to talk a lot.
I really only
Scammers.
use 2 words to describe Geminis. Like no
Scammers.
offense, Fernando, none at all. I either use Judas or I use snakes. That's how I do it.
Okay, but
like I said, it's not all of them
But
because
did
I
you-
have met some cool ones. You feel me?
But
So.
did you not hear him say that they have like different personalities
Yeah,
and
yeah,
things
yeah.
like that?
They can
like
fit into
sometimes when
anywhere.
Fernando is talking to people, like when he's on the phone and he gets off, I'd be like, "Wow, you literally are the #1 bullshit guy." Literally, he literally is the #1 bullshit guy. Like, sir,
Listen.
what was that about?
Yeah.
That telephone voice boy is like, "Hi, good afternoon. This is Kayla speaking. How may I help you?"
Scammer.
Yeah, I got
And
serious
then
telephone
if
voice.
it's a friend of mine, like, yo, what the fuck you talking like that?
I got serious telephone voice, especially in the nighttime. I put on my R&B voice, man,
No.
in the nighttime.
Yo, listen.
Like Trey
so
songs.
A number calls me that I don't know. I'm like, "Good morning, this is Fernando." And I'm like, they're like, "Oh, hi." I was like, "I'm sorry, who's this?" This is so and so. I'm like, "Yo, the fuck, brother, yo, bad man, don't call me for the number, yeah, man." You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because you
Or-
gotta answer your phone a
Right.
certain way, right?
You know what I mean? Or if it's somebody that's, you know, trying to get a hold of me and then I hang up, I'm like, "What the fuck they call me for, man?"
My
Cool
dad, when I used to work at the Chamber of Commerce, and my dad would call me at work, and I would answer the phone. He'd be like laughing on the other end, and he'd be like, "Can you put Leanna on the phone?" And I'm like, "I'm at work, daughter. Why are you calling me on my work phone?" This is how I answer the phone. He's like, "What is that voice?"
You know how it is.
Boy, I don't know. But speaking of that though, I think I don't know if Fernando or Rashad or somebody asked earlier about like what turns us on. Let me tell you something. When a man talks
Miss.
sexy on the phone,
You like,
Like,
a
what?
sexy voice?
I love to hear it. I love to hear it. It's weird though if somebody compliments me and says like my voice. I hate how my voice sounds.
Really?
Absolutely.
So you don't have like
you know
a late
how
night voice, though?
you
I'm not a late
not
night
really.
voice.
You know how hard it is to listen back to the episodes and stuff. I just be
I
as
love my
as my
voice.
son would say, cringe. I just I don't know. It's just something about my voice. So I love to hear when a man just sounds sexy over the phone because
Yeah.
then I'm like, boy, if I listen to you in person, you could be talking shit and you'd be fuck me up in the head.
Yep.
You going to get pure calls with this drop?
Oh man,
pure late night calls.
nah.
Nah.
Watch the phone ring
Nobody
off.
don't got my
solid
number
now.
like that.
IG audio.
You know, speaking of that, someone FaceTimed me this morning. And I don't know who it is, and I'm going to assume it was a wrong thing, and this gonna be an edit point. But I am just like, who is Simply Pele KY?
Nah, we leaving that in.
No, right?
No,
At-
why would I be
at gmail.com. Anyhow, they
well,
called me after 9 this morning, and I was just like,
Did you order something? That sounds like
I
it's weird.
get what you asked if it were one of us because Leanna forever changed her name. So now she have a new one.
Shut up, shut up,
She
shut
have a
up,
new one.
shut
So we
up,
got
shut
I
up.
spoke about this morning.
Shut
and I'm like,
up.
"Yo, bro, why are you changing your freaking screen name ever so often?"
I did not. I had a tropical regard for like 3 years.
What are you talking about?
Yes, I did.
It was really that long. I thought it was shorter than that.
Like
It
3
was
weeks.
like
Well, one
on a ridiculous, on a ridiculous, really and truly.
bruh.
But yeah,
No
so
respect.
Leanna, what turns you on? Like, what's one thing that you can think of? Like, definitely a sexy voice for me, because I feel like I've talked about other things, but sex, I
A fresh haircut.
a fresh haircut, like a fresh check my friend check. Yep, line up, edges,
Bella's
sharp.
I like when a man is like really put together. When I go to a store to buy something for myself, I always buying something for this man. Like, did he need that shirt? Did I even have that $35 I just spent on that goddamn shirt?
No.
Or $70 something? Because white men clothes are fucking expensive in
Bad.
Cayman,
Bad.
and
That
it
way you
needs
just
to
order from the
feel
zone.
good.
Yeah,
From where?
The zone.
The zone.
Yep.
Like
that way I call it.
Amazon.
Yep. You gotta make it sound fancy.
I-
You gotta make it sound
I've
fancy.
never
It sounded
ordered clothes from Amazon. Exactly. If anybody asks you for okay, I'm gonna order you some clothes, and then
From
when
the
they
zone.
ask you where you get this from, you got it
From the zone.
from the zone.
Should I
Okay.
like use a deep voice?
Got it.
Or?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
From
You
the
have to
zone.
use.
Yeah, just order from
The
there,
zone.
then go order from there, then go super stitch. Make them just take it in, get it a little fitted,
Yeah.
and you good.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay.
You
I
good,
got
man.
that. No, yeah, a fresh haircut, like a man that like really keeps himself like put together, dresses up very nice once in a while to like go out. I like shirts that feel soft so I can rub them. That's a nice little turn on too. So I can just be like this all day or all night. I don't like this
You
jacket.
mad annoying.
This shirt, this
That texture
Is
not
that,
doing
a, is
everything.
that a
not doing
signal or?
I just saying.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. A nice put together person.
So, Mr. Fernando, what turns you on?
So I'm very sapiosexual. The moment a woman opens her mouth,
That-
you can tell a lot about her. So if she starts the conversation by saying, "Hi, how are you?" That's very basic. You're running in basic.
I did not
like this.
expect you to say that. I don't know why.
Don't do that. Let's try to form a conversation. But a woman's voice kind of get me on a different level. Because I've been stalking her for a long time, you see. Because
like her
I
voice.
used to listen to her, show on Wednesdays and everything. I was like, damn, this fucking girl does sound good, doggy.
That's literally it. Okay.
And so a voice for sure. And like I said, have to be some sort of intelligence behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's basic, I'm not doing it.
We need substance.
That's funny because, like, probably somebody else would have thought that was creepy, but like what he just said, he heard my voice on a voice note that someone was playing that knew me, and he knew the person, and he was like, "I know that voice. I know that voice." And then
Yeah,
here we
you
are.
really listen.
He know that voice.
Yeah.
And then this person gonna be like, "Hey, yeah, this guy like you," and I'm like, "Fuck no, what the fuck? What do you mean? We talking about who this brother is? Someone that work with you? Ain't fucking interested in that." And it's like, no, not like he not like one of those guys or whatever. And I'm
Leanna
like,
rude.
whatever.
But then guess what happened? I got invited over once.
And never
Shut the
left.
fuck up.
Oh, I need to remember what episodes these fucking things fall in. Like the episode where you spoke about how.
Oh yeah.
Listen, Leanna had fuck it up too. You know? So don't think that homeboy. And I can find what episode number that is. And we can put it in the description. Check that one out.
Yeah.
Rashad.
Oh my god.
So Rashad, you gotta tell us like what turns you on.
The cheeks one.
The monkey.
That-
That line one, I was joking.
Yeah.
No, I was joking.
I should have expected that.
It pretty. it was pretty much the same thing Fernando said, but before it used to just be all about like looks for me. But now, nah, fuck that. Like if if we can't have like a good conversation and shit like that, I not go on nothing. I not want nothing to do with you.
You're not interested.
Yeah, because
Yeah. So
Basic
then
is-
the assumption
yeah.
could be then that a turn off would be dense people.
yes, for,
For
sure.
both of you.
for sure.
Like what about any physical turn offs?
Bad
So-
teeth.
Yeah.
I'd go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And bad breath.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like I've said that.
But then, sometimes, you can tell a lot about a woman, what I mean, from her
Hygiene and how she
right,
takes
that's
care
what
of
I'm saying.
herself.
And from
Yep.
the first time you met her, you can tell a lot about her. You know what I mean? Because they have this saying that says, the first impression is your last.
Yeah.
And, I'm a strong believer of that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So it's a case where I'm like, and I like to look at you from head to toe. And
Yeah.
if I see like a little
So
corn on the side of
creepy.
your toe, no disrespect to you. I mean,
So
that's how you
creepy.
do your thing. But
Yeah.
Take care of your feet.
No man, I can handle like feet not really a turn off,
Oh, so
but
you don't have a
they're not
foot fetish,
going
or-
they're not going nowhere near my mouth. You feel me? They're not going nowhere near my mouth. But if they're pretty, then we can have a discussion about that. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you mean if the feet are pretty?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about if the girl, like, so
No,
why
the
she
feet
don't
one.
think she pretty but got
Her
ugly feet?
No, just a feet, man.
It's
just
a
a feet.
funny story,
okay.
right? So we were actually having this discussion in my office the other day, and then this guy was like, "Yo, if a woman, feet is not like pretty and stuff, it's like a major like no for him." I'm like, "Okay, so are you gonna put them feet in your mouth, or you know what I mean? He was like, no, not like that. But I'm like, okay, so you know, what's the relevance behind you saying that? Because you must have a reason, right? And you know, he said, you know, the same way how a woman face, you know, should come off all pretty and everything, you know, it should, you know, continue from head down to toe. I was like,
I think that's a fair and valid point to make. Like, if you're taking care of yourself and taking care of your body, it's kind of like what happened to the feet.
No, but doesn't women judge men off of their shoes?
I don't personally, because it's not just about the shoes, but I do know like that's a thing.
Because I've heard women say like they would see a guy dressed nice and then look down and then his shoes dirty.
His shoes dirty, or if his feet not like put together or whatnot. But let me think. If I'm gonna think about like what's a turn off for me, I think an obvious one from a physical sense would definitely be really bad teeth or bad breath.
right.
Yeah, like that's just something like if I'm looking at you, I'm going to look in your mouth.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm not going to completely write you off, but it does affect me in my attraction to you.
Right.
Yes, intelligence is important, but I'm trying to think. There's something else like it came to me when you were speaking just now. I want to say someone who just doesn't have common courtesy for other people. Like it doesn't have to just be me, but like you said, like a first impression. So like if I'm witnessing you just having really just rude interaction with people for just over the simplest things.
Yeah, that's
something like that would be a turn off for me, because it's like, are you just going to be irritated by my breath?
Right.
Like, are you going to be irritated by my very existence? Like, I can't take people who like just constantly live in that kind of space that they're just always like irritated by everything and everyone.
Yeah, because you know, to be honest,
draining.
you know, you can actually tell a lot about somebody based on how they deal with someone else.
Yeah, that's true.
And, you know, if it's a case where you think that you know it's going to be any different, you know, what I mean, if that person should get with you,
That was wrong with a lot of people. They've always
Yeah,
been
that's
thinking
a
it
red flag.
different.
I met this girl once, very, very pretty girl, but one time I went to her workplace and we're just talking to her outside, and I saw how she was dealing with everybody else that came to try to say something to her in the rudest of manners, but then would turn around and be super nice to me. And I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, yo, you this rude, man. Just imagine if we get in an argument or something, like the way you would address me and talk to me. I was like, nah, fuck that.
That's going to translate to some really
she would probably see the
rude
spots too.
interactions.
Yeah, from then I never fucked with her, and it didn't go no further than that one convo, and just seeing that was enough.
I don't like people that are always rude. Like, I have a strong personality. That doesn't mean that I'm going to be rude to everybody, but like it's also sometimes tough to kind of see like, oh my God, is this person being genuine or whatever? Like if someone tried to talk to you, but to be rude to every single person for like every minute of the day, like for no reason, that's not sexy.
Yeah.
Granted, if they mess up my order at a restaurant, then you can be rude. That's fine. That's cool. Because I would just take it and eat it and be like, nah, that's fine. Good.
Men weird with that because y'all don't want us wrong with anybody. Like, don't do that. They probably spit in your food. But then if they bring your food wrong, it's like you want me to have my whole chest out to this person and give all my strength to them to fix your order.
I'll always be like, yo, they mess up my food. And she'll be like, change it. She'll be like, oh, change it. I'd be like, nah, man, I'm good.
We good.
And then she'd be like, you know what? I deal with it.
Okay.
And I'm like, yep.
So early this week, you know, we ordered from a restaurant,
a particular place,
and when we did, you know,
and we order from there like every week,
and we're like,
we're
okay,
VIP,
cool. And we're like, okay, cool.
I know where you're talking about in Savannah.
May we order, you know, a special fried rice, no shrimp. Okay, sir. Special fried rice, no shrimp. Yes, ma'am.
Fuck off.
Also a restaurant, you know what I mean?
Want the plain roll?
No, you guys are
no, everybody know where to
no,
talk.
everybody. Oh my God, you guys are horrible.
You know what I mean?
They'd be alright.
We love them.
So then, you know, the food was late because I stopped somewhere, right? They was there for like an hour, and I got home and I'm like, yo, what happened to the food? They're like, oh, we don't know. So happened that, you know, they were just pulling up different delivery driver or whatever. They're like, oh, hello sir, right place? I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. Take the order, you know what I mean? My belly's already full, you know what I mean? Because we had some, you know, some food by where I was and whatever. And I was just there sitting down. Everybody ate and whatever. So checks the food. Well, she checks the food.
I
and she
normally
saw-
check taste his food because he gets the same thing every time. He gets the special fried rice, no shrimp. He's allergic to shrimp. So I always check it. But I didn't check it that night because I wasn't feeling well. So my friend put it in the kitchen and she didn't bother check it. We just got our food or whatever. So I didn't check it until like we were going to bed and I was like, oh, you got lunch tomorrow. Opens the container
Full
and
of
she's
shrimp.
like,
Big piece of shrimp.
big old
I was
shrimp.
like, yo,
And I'm like talking to him about it, and he
I'm
was
like, it's fine.
"Oh, it's fine.
I didn't eat it."
I didn't eat it." I was like, "Yeah, but I normally check your food, and what if you went and eat it?" And he's like, "Oh, it's fine."
He didn't eat it.
And trying to be all like cute about it. First of all, this is unacceptable, and they're closed now.
You know what I
Okay,
mean?
I ate my food and I'm full. I don't want this tomorrow. I gonna have to eat it because we already bought it. Because it had the beans in it, and I ordered mine without the beans. Okay, cool. I called them.
That happens.
I called them and the manager was nice and you want come get now? You want get new one now?
They're, no, don't
Yo,
get me
when
wrong.
these
one
people
thing,
come to the door for delivery, he be talking to them like that. I be like, stop. They don't want you to
I'm like, hello,
stupid.
sir.
How you do? I'd be like, oh my God, you're so
Sorry.
embarrassing.
I like to make jokes out of everything. I'm sorry.
No, that's the thing though. Like people from that culture, though, they can be really nice. Like
Yeah,
like when you're ordering food from them, or like, listen, I'm sorry, but shout out to Thai Orchid. That's like my favorite place.
I like them too.
them brutes there. They do not age.
No,
I
they
don't
look
want
the
like
same
that
for the
staff.
last
The
million
staff don't
years.
change. They
Right.
don't age, but the food is so consistent. But they're always nice.
Yeah, they
Yeah, they're
are.
really
like,
nice people.
They're always nice. Like the last time I ordered from there, they did mess up my order, and then they also forgot something. So when it got there, I had to wait a bit because they had messed it up. Again, a shrimp allergy. And so I waited for the food, but I left, and then they had forgotten something else. So they called me. It's like, "Did you get far?" And when I got outside, my girl stand up in the middle of the parking lot with my bag of food.
There you go.
She was so happy to be outside.
I so
with my-
sorry.
Literally, that's
Yo, they're
exactly.
nice
And
people.
so
Yeah.
I love them.
They're
They're the best.
They're really nice people.
They
but
they have like super sweet customer service.
Yeah.
Like they go above and beyond sometimes, and you just can't help it. But I
And they
didn't
try
get
to sell you
mad at
things that's what you
them.
don't really
yeah,
want. You know
the
what I mean?
cookies.
Yeah.
The cookies are the drink.
For me, it's the bubble tea. Right? So when
Oh yeah,
I went, so when I went there the last time, you know what I mean, they were like, "Oh, no bubble tea for you, sir." I was like,
he comes back to the car with this goddamn bubble tea, and I'm like, "Have you had this before?"
know what?
He was
I
like, "No,"
love-
but the lady asked me if I wanted.
I love bubble tea now.
Me too.
I love it now.
I've still never had it. Kaden likes it.
There's,
I love
there's
bubble
a,
tea.
There's a spot downstairs that does it.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's so good.
Maybe I'll
go
get
there
it.
after.
Yeah, I might. No, I can't get one.
Well,
I can't ride and drink.
Oh, are you right?
No
Honestly.
drinking it.
Oh,
No
yeah,
drinking
we
and
saw
riding.
him. We saw him the other day, and you were like, "That's Rashad," and I was like, "No, it's not." And he was like,
Cruising.
"Yes, that's
It's
Rashad."
him.
Yep, yesterday on it was the best day for me. There was backed up traffic everywhere.
and you were like scrolling through.
I was just rolling through the traffic. Nobody can fly past me because every time I ride, they be flying past me like 50, and I'd be pissed.
What are you But what are you riding? Like a scooter or?
It's an electric scooter. Yeah.
Electric, yeah.
Scooter. So yeah, it was
I would
perfect
pop my
yesterday.
ass on that.
On a normal day, I'd be getting pissed off because people they just be flying across me, and I feel like I'm moving, and I hate it. I hate it. But
So
yesterday,
you love when there's
I
traffic.
love.
Like Mr. Bean.
Oh man, I love it. I love it.
You like to irritate people.
Especially, I love riding through town. That's why any road I take, I always go through town. You'll never catch me on South Town.
Right.
And then I have to take Linford Pearson. So
Yeah.
I'll go on Linford Pearson. But that's fine. That's
So when you
okay.
get to the town, you feel like a tourist type of vibe.
Yeah, I just be tearing up the streets.
So
I
you're
be
like,
tearing up the streets.
so you're like, what do you think?
Tearing
Why
up
are
the
you
street.
tearing
No,
past the
madam.
traffic? So I was stuck in traffic a little bit yesterday. So you probably zoom across.
Yeah. I was just riding around
Yeah,
for
it
fun
does.
yesterday. 'Cause I was like, nobody can pass me. Like nobody
Yo,
can keep
you
up.
so
Nobody
fucking
can.
childish.
And I was
dog.
like, this is a good way to promote the scooter because then people going to see it and be like, oh fuck, what that is? Where you get that?
All right.
And they
so
might want one.
hit up my boy Rashad if you want scooter, guys. Like that's a legit thing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
selling scooters?
Yeah.
I got one left.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lit. My
It-
barber. I don't know if is it the same
Yeah.
type that my barber has.
Yep.
He bought.
That was the very first
That was the
one?
first one I brought in. And he bought it for me.
Oh, snap. Yo, that nigga be zooming.
And he always standing
Always
up.
stand
He
up.
always
I
standing.
like, yo, what
I like
you
that.
doing?
I'm like, why are you
Bro, he's Jamaican. What do
standing?
you think, dog?
Oh, yeah. That's true.
That's safe.
That nigga always standing on the scooter.
Hey.
So I saw something on Instagram this week, yesterday, I don't even know today, and it was this video, and it kind of triggers me, but I figured it was a good time to bring it up since there's more than one man on the show today, where this guy was talking about how women always have another guy in their back pocket. There's always another man that's going to be there available to her, blah, 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 blah. There's this, there's that. I even shared a similar Instagram quote about it earlier this week. Like, why do men always think that women have all these men down in their DMs, blah, 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 blah. Like, have you checked the material of that? Like, it really not that, it really doesn't happen the way I think a lot of men think it happens.
Yeah.
Like, and it almost really annoys me because I'm like, stop accusing me of having like 100 fucking man. Sometimes I wish I did because then one man wouldn't stress me out, but I don't have that.
So
Why is there this thing with men that assume women always have like a backup plan or a backup guy? Like, what is it that we do or say that makes you guys think that?
Well,
If you two even think that's the case.
I heard a girl actually say that herself, that she, like, not necessarily a backup plan, but should things not work out, she could always go to that person.
Oh.
Because they're ready and waiting. So I'm like, cool.
I kind of have a different view on it, in a sense, because, I made a post recently and I said, being nice gets you in trouble.
Facts.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
It
why
gets you
I
in
don't
trouble.
smile and wave.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Being nice get me in bigger fucking trouble. Man.
Being
Motherfucker.
nice gets you in trouble because, sometimes, a woman can be, the nicest person on earth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you're like, hi, how are you? You know what I mean?
She be thinking
you
that more than what that is.
Blah, 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 blah. And then, the other party is like, oh, cool. Yeah, she's kind of digging my vibe still. And then all of a sudden, finds you on the Instagram, like DMing you or whatever the case is. But personally for me, I don't think along those lines. You know what I mean? If a woman genuinely appreciates you, then, she will not try to have a backup plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you have other women who have a different view on it. Because they're like, well, if this don't work out, then I need to have an escape route. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you fall in a relationship just based on sex.
Not an escape route.
You know what I'm saying? you fall in a relationship based on sex. You know what I mean? Because sex is so good. You know what I mean? And then automatically it becomes a thing.
Stigmatized.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And then it becomes a thing. So then when that happens, you know what I mean? For a woman, you know what I mean? She's like, wait, am I in a relationship here, or are we just having some fun? But
She
then
don't
the
even know.
fun, it's just coming, like every other day, and then it, it comes now every week, every night type of vibe. You know what I mean? And
Next
then
thing
you're
you're
like,
moving in and living together.
right? But then when you move in and you're living together, when you're moving and living together, right? You know what I mean? Then you're like, wait. You start seeing different things, and then you're like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it is a lot of different views.
Yeah,
but-
how I look at it is, I'm just like, well, I don't really care too much, because I normally just say, yo, if you have a backup plan, that's cool, but there's no way they harder than me. So no way. I'm like, there's no way.
Stupid.
Then I'd be like,
Confidence out the
I'd be
door.
like, yo, unless it like Chris Brown or one of them Monday. I like, no way
Ain't
they
got
harder
nothing
than
on
me. They don't got nothing on me.
Chris
But
Brown,
hey,
cool.
do your thing still. Do
Yeah,
your
man.
thing. I
Yeah.
try not to. I value myself still, so I know I bring to the table. So I'm just like,
For I guess for a confident guy, you know what I mean, them things don't really bother them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I said, you know what I mean, if you have a lot of confidence about yourself and you know what you bring to the table, like Rashad said, you know what I mean, those things are never a thought that comes through your head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then if it does, it means that you're insecure about something. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You did something, or maybe you sleep with another girl and she maybe find out, and then you're like, okay, she's gonna leave, or,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yep.
That type of vibe.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, I do think that it kind of depends on the individual or the dynamic of the two people, because if you're coming into a situation of any kind of ship, if either party has an insecurity about something, that would kind of make sense. Like,
Right.
and I do feel like, unfortunately for men, once you get into that space of insecurities, you kind of can sit and stay in there a lot longer and harder than a woman. Like women, yes, insecurities can be a hell of a thing for us, but we can actually get to a good point of, okay, we have it a bit more under control. But I think like with a man, once they are in a particular headspace, boy, it hard to get them out of that.
I think, and this is just my personal opinion, us boys,
Men.
sorry, us men, we struggle with a lot of things. You know what I mean? But sometimes, because we accept those stuff,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, we end up falling victim.
Yeah.
And there is no, escape route for it. You know what I'm saying? And because, us men, we don't share our emotions a lot. We tend to just, hold them together and then, we break.
Yeah, you internalize it until something like completely triggers you, and then you like
You know
bust.
what I'm saying? Opposed to a woman, she will talk you to death how she feels. You know what I'm saying? She's going to talk you to death. You know what I mean? I'm having this, I'm having that.
But you still alive though. But did you die?
You know what I'm saying? So,
Did you die?
yeah.
You're still here talking on a podcast.
Right here. Is what I'm saying. But, I encourage all the guys, speak, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Talk how you feel.
Yeah,
but
it's
no,
true.
No, I definitely I talk a lot more opposed to before. Like I never used to say nothing. It would always be like something could blatantly piss me off, and they would be like, "You okay?" I'd be like, "Yeah, man, I good man."
Yeah.
Be your attitude for the rest of the day. But no,
used to be
if
me
something pissed me
too.
off, I can talk about it. If I appreciate something, I can talk about it. I can tell you how I
It's
feel.
good
'cause-
to discuss things because what is the point? If you're not talking about it, then it
Well,
doesn't make any sense. It's gonna build up.
because as men, given how
all seem
we
weak.
grew up, and like I can use my father for example. Like I never heard this man talk about emotions a day in my life,
Right.
like nothing. So I thought it was like normal to, if you're going through anything, you keep it to yourself. Don't say anything. So I'm just like, that's what I grew up seeing, and that's
Right.
kind of the approach I took to certain things. But then I realized when you're in a relationship, that can definitely affect the relationship.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like your girl obviously cares about you, and if she asks you are wrong and you're not being open with her, you're not telling her, you're not sharing with her, she's gonna be like, okay, clearly he don't feel the same about me, or
Right.
something is missing. So I I try to be a lot more open with
You know
how
what I
I
mean?
feel, whether in a good or bad way.
But then, just adding to that, right? Because sometimes, in a relationship, you can't have two fire.
Yeah.
One has to be water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes,
true.
sometimes it's also your approach, on certain things that actually, kind of dilute the situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, for instance, with me and Leanna, Leanna she will get to 0 to 2 million in like
Point.
flash of like, type of vibe. You know what I mean? But it doesn't.
I got it from my father.
You know what I mean? It doesn't mean, that, we can't speak about it right
Yeah.
there and then. You know what I mean? I will just not say anything. You know what I'm saying? And then, when I think she is, on a level, you know what I mean? Then I will approach her on it and I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? I never really appreciated how you do things. You know what I'm saying? So it also comes down back to communication as well.
Yeah.
And if it's a case where, it's just not working, then, you just have to make a decision
Yeah.
of just leaving because, situations of what's happening currently, people stay in it because, they don't have a choice.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's healthy for us to continue to kind of promote us talking as partners or just people in any type of relationships,
Right.
our friendships, our relationships with our parents, your fiance, or if you're married or if you have kids, any type of relationship dynamic, continue to encourage that, especially with the men in our lives, that it is okay to have these conversations.
Yeah.
And it is okay to take a step back first and then come back. And I think we kind of spoke about that in another episode, that sometimes you have to understand or learn how to operate in the different spaces with other people. Like
Right.
if she's going 0 to 2,000 quick, when she at level 2,000, it don't make no sense. But
Right.
like you said, you give her that time to kind of get back down there,
Yeah.
and you have the conversations you need to have.
Right, and that's fine, right? Because
Yeah.
let me share an experience with you guys, right? And I'm sharing this because
Leanna, like,
I thought
yeah,
I thought
I
you
need
said
to go. But anyway, this is going to be my last point. And this is a real life story, right? And I've learned from this. A lot of persons don't know this, but this is something of what I have no issues talking about
Yeah.
these days. So a couple of years ago, the level of stress hit, and I never I would never speak about it. And I mean, I would never talk about how I feel. You know, I mean, I will never ever share it with anyone else. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when the stress of life hit, you know, I mean, I made some attempts, you know, I mean, to take my own life. And you know, I called my best friend at the time, Saeed, and he was all the way in West Bay, and he got there in maybe like 3 minutes. Beat down my door, you know, my landlord lived next door, whatever the case is, blah, 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 blah. And my landlord opened the door. I was butt naked. So I'm saying I was taken to the hospital, and you know, I spent 10 days in the psychiatric ward.
Yeah.
10 days because the stress of life hit. You know, I mean, I never had anybody to talk to about it because, you know, us men, you know, we think that, you know, we are on top of the world, you know what I mean? And we can, you know, stand on our emotions, we can control it, not realizing, you know, the more we try to suppress it, you know, the more out of control it becomes.
Yeah.
So I'm saying I spent 10 days there and I came on when I got released on the 18th of September on the 1 o'clock flight to Miami, rebooted, spent almost, 7 months in the States and then came back. You know what I mean? Readjusted myself, you know, made new values for myself. And, you know, I just had to did a full 360.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And here I am today.
Yeah.
So I'm saying because, you know, I've learned how to talk about how I feel as a man. It doesn't mean that we're weak or I am weak. It just means that, you know, situations happen and we learn from it and we grow.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So if it's a case where, you know, you are struggling, gents, you know, I will urge you guys to speak. Nothing is wrong with seeing a counselor. Nothing is wrong.
Man, nothing wrong. At
Nothing is wrong with seeing a counselor. Nothing is wrong.
Yeah, we advocate for that.
So I'm saying nothing is wrong.
Shows.
Yeah.
all. Shout out to Infinite Mind Care.
Of course. As I'm saying, nothing is wrong. You know what I mean? You know, befriend us. You know what I mean? Take up the phone on a Thursday, call. As I'm saying, nothing is wrong with expressing how you feel.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you're mental. You know what I mean? People have episodes.
Yeah.
As I'm saying. So I will encourage all young men out there, you know what I mean? Whether, well, young men, middle-aged, old, whatever the case is, speak.
Yeah.
People think counselors just for women. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Yeah, it's for
I tell
everybody.
you, I grew up thinking the only time you cry is when you get beat. So,
Yeah.
but now I realize it's a good release, and it's
Yeah.
something that
It is,
it's
yeah.
something that is good to do.
I
Yeah.
love
Because
crying.
you get a lot of stuff off your chest. Like, granted, I'm not watching Grey's Anatomy and just keep
Whatever.
torturing myself hours and crying.
I
I'm
torture
doing that.
myself for many hours. I don't care. I
No.
love crying. Crying is
Yeah.
amazing. I used to have cry sessions with my friends.
I was
Like,
gonna
come over
say,
to cry.
I
We would
watch,
just sit and cry.
I watch certain stuff sometimes to kind of just get a release. Like I know
Get
I'm
a song.
overwhelmed with something, or I'm just like,
Right.
nah, I'm gonna watch a crying movie.
Yeah.
I
But
just listen
Or
to some
listen to a
90s R&B.
song.
night
I
is
listen
R&B
to
make
some
you cry.
music to
Yeah,
cry.
Uncle Sam. I don't want to see you again. That's so sad. That is so sad. That's
Oh.
a sad song.
Okay.
She left him on for his best friend.
I mean, if that makes you cry, I mean,
I was like, shh.
Okay,
boy,
bro.
That
Whatever
hurt, bro.
makes you cry.
That hurts, bro.
I accept
okay. Well, I mean, thank you for joining us today. It was good. I think we ended on a really positive note.
Of course.
And, you know, we're always going to encourage everyone to speak to whoever is going to be most positive and helpful to you. If that's a counselor, if that's a friend, if that is your partner, whoever it is, like, you know, we're not going to tell you exactly how you have to do it, but we want you to always know that there are people that are always going to be there to support you.
Yep.
Again, thanks for coming on the show today.
Boom,
Appreciate
boom, boom.
it.
You know the
Beyonce
vibes.
and her fiance.
I love this. Leonce and her fiance.
On to Kayla point, obviously know, like if you're going to speak to a friend,
Yeah.
know which friend you're
You're speaking
Yeah.
you're
to.
speaking to, because
Yeah. That's
a lot
important
of
too.
them, like, you will express something how you feel and they will just brush it off
Yeah.
and make it seem like it's not a big deal, because most times
Them
people
Virgos.
don't people tend to not care when it's not directly affecting them.
Those Virgos.
So you just need to know which friend
Yeah.
you're
Right.
speaking to.
I wouldn't even recommend talking to a friend,
Yeah.
to be honest. You know what I mean? You know, whether or not you know them since you were maybe 2. You know what I mean? I don't really recommend that.
Yeah.
I recommend if you're struggling. And I mean, you know,
Yeah, the professional help,
visit the professionals. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know, there's no
which
judgment.
is fair.
You know what I mean? And the thing is, you know, I mean, you know, these are all different people. You know what I mean? You know, they don't have the same persons in rotation.
Yeah.
You know, so every 3 months, I believe they change them out and stuff. So,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like what I do is, because given that I don't work anywhere, so I can't go and get counseling for free. My insurance don't cover it. Like, I'll pick up the phone, I'll call Kayla or I'll call Tasha, and I'll talk to them about something that's like heavy on my mind and get their advice and whatnot. That and I could do that with them because they're girls, so they're open to having those type of conversations. Like some of my guy friends, if I try call them now, they're going to kind of be like,
brother, what happened to you, dog?
Yeah. So I'm just like, let me not bother with that.
Yeah.
That's why I either go to them or I'll go just fork out the money and just go see my counselor. Quick. No problem at all.
Well, thank you for listening to another episode of Platonically Speaking. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Platonically Speaking KY and on YouTube at Platonically Speaking. Like, share, subscribe, send it to a friend, tell a friend, turn on your post notifications. We are out.
Bye.
Boom. You know the vibes.
Peace, bitches.
Fuck, brother. I hate this, brother.